real production application, API changes over time. But if you change your API directly, you might break thousands of clients' app using it. So how do companies like Stripe, GitHub, and Google update their API without breaking old API? The answer is API versioning. So in this video, we will implement Laravel API versioning using V1 and V2 structure. So your API can evolve without breaking existing users. In the previous video, we learned error logging in Laravel API, which help us debug production issues. Now we will structure our API properly using versioning, which is a must-have practice for a scalable API. So let's go in VS Code and we will see a normal basic API and also API with the versioning also. So this is my VS Code and this is my task manage API. So now I am going to create a normal API controller. So PHP partition make controller API / user controller. Okay. So hit enter and you can see controller is created inside this API folder. Okay. So now I'm just going to write a function, just simple function, public function index. Okay. And inside this, I'm just sending a response, return response, inside this question, and inside this, I'm just sending a simple, suppose name. Okay. Suppose I'm sending only the name and name is it is Mishra. Okay. There should be semicolon. Okay. And I'm going to create a API for this. So just go to api.php. So I'm not going to create this API inside this Shantam authentication. I'm just going to create this outside this Shantam authentication. Create route and simple get route and inside this / users. Okay. And inside this user controller and class colon class and the function name. So function name is index. I'm going to write index. So now I'm going to call this, just remove all these files, start this server also. So PHP partition serve. Okay. So now the server is started. Okay. So user controller is not included here. So we need to include this and inside this user controller. Okay. So now perfect. So now let's start this server and it's giving error. Okay, sorry. So this is an array. So it should be inside this array. So that's why it's giving error. Okay. Now it's correct. So now start this server. So now you can see server is running. So now let's go in Postman. So inside the Postman, create a new route. So inside this you can write users. Okay. And the method will be get. And just hit this. You can see the API is also running. Okay, so this is the problem. It should not be single quotes or double quotes. Okay. So now I think we'll run. So you can see whatever the I have written in this index function and whatever we are going to return the name, it is Mishra. So it is returning perfectly. Okay. So now this is our normal API. So now imagine your API is used by 10,000 mobile users. So if you change your API response structure, suppose inside this name there is key name and it is Mishra. So if you want first name and last name and city and many other things you want to add or something like that. Okay. So if you change your API response structure today, so every mobile app might stop working tomorrow. So this is exactly why professional backend developer use API versioning. So the main purpose of API versioning is to allow API to evolve without breaking existing application that depends on older version. So without doing any changes in older version, we will create a new version like V1, V2, something like that. Okay, so let's go. I will create the API versioning. So this API versioning will allow multiple versions API version to run together. Okay, so we will create a controller like this. PHP artisan make controller API V1 and user controller, and inside V2 also user controller. So let's go. We will create this. Okay, so now API user controller, but inside this API I am going to create the V1 API V1 user controller and another API V2. Okay, so you can see inside the V1 also user controller and inside the V2 also user controller. So I am going to remove this this user controller. Normal user controller is just like our V1, and inside this V2 I am just going to create the another type of response. So I am just going to break inside this V2. I am just going to break this name inside the first name and last name, suppose. So first name is Nitish and last name is okay. So now we have two controller with the V1 and V2. So inside V1 is older and V2 is our new API. Okay, so without changing the older version, I am going to create a new version where first name and last name is different, response structure is different. So now let's go in Postman. So inside this we need to write the V1. So the API is something like V1 API V1 users, but before that we need to add the inside the API also. So for this we will use the prefix and group also. So route prefix is V1 and group function. So inside this I am going to define this API. So you can see the prefix will be V1. So for this we need to add that V1 also and V2 also. So V1 slash user controller and V2 slash user controller. Okay, so we can use the alias also. The user V1 controller, we can just controller and second one user V2 controller. Okay, so say V1 and V2. So we need to write this same inside this. Okay, so when we are going to call this V1 API, so it will call this inside this V1 user controller, and again I am going to create the same thing for V2 also. So let me check first of all this V1. So when I am going to hit this URL, so now you can see this is our V1, and if I going to hit the V2, so V2 is not currently defined, so it will give the error. Okay, so you can see, so first of all we need to define V2 also. For V2 I'm just going to copy paste this and change this V1 to V2, and also controller name also V2. So now if I going to hit this V2, so it will give the result with first name and last name. Okay, so without affecting the previous API, again I am going to show you V1 is giving the full name with the name whatever I have sent the response, and V2 give me this some different API response like first name and last name. So this is only example. You can understand. You have previous API, different fields, and you want new API with different API response field. In that case, we need to do these things. So the final our endpoint is get API v1 users and get API v2 users, and old client continue using v1 and new client migrate to v2. So now our Laravel API supports multiple versions without breaking old application, which is a core practice for a scalable backend system. But there is another problem in API, like performance. Okay, so when you API get thousands of requests per second, so you must optimize query, caching, and responses. So in the next video, we will learn how to optimize Laravel REST API performance. So if this video is helpful for you, so please like this video and subscribe this channel and hit the bell icon to get latest updated video from my YouTube channel. Thanks for watching this video. We will meet in next video. Till then, take care. Bye.